ar y 14 o fis Chwefror, sef Dydd Sant Ffolant. Ddoth rhyw 25 o bobl leol at ei gilydd i glywed am beth sy'n gwneud Cwm Cynfal mor arbennig, a sut y byddai'n cael ei fygwth petai'r cynllun hydro yn mynd yn ei flaen. Dyma rywfaint o'r hyn a glywson nhw.
Bore da pawb. Ceunant Cynfal ydy'r un o'r ceunentydd gorau a mwyaf trawiadol ym Mrydain. Mae reidr y cwm yn cwympo tua 105 metr mewn cyfres o redrau. Crewyd y ceunant cul, dwfn hwn gan afon Cynfal sy'n codi o ffynon yng nghanol Eryri a draws y Mignaint, ardalen fawr o ffrydd a grig, ac mae'r afon yn troi'n ffrwd ffylomus efo rhedrau serth. Fel y Mignaint, mae'r hanner uchaf o'r cwm yn ffrydd agored a creigiau a troi'n ceunant cul. Ydy'r coedtir derw yn yr hanner isel cwm, gweddillion coedwig, lawgeltaeth helaeth ac aferau ymestyn i lawr ochr o llewynol Prydain ac Iwerddon. Mae nhw'n cymunedau planhigion prin sy'n byw mewn ceunant. Ar y waliau vertigol o'r ceunant sy'n ffynnu yn yr amodau cysgodol a llaeth. Cymunedau o gwybredyn, mwsog a llwsiau'r afi, sydd yn prin iawn ac yn arbennig dim dim ond yn y gwlad yma, ond yn y byd. Mae nhw sy'n dibynnu ar y llif sydd yn yr afon. Efo llai o ddŵr, fydd y drefn o ran dŵr yn effaith. Mae pobl lleol yn teimlo bod nhw ddim eisiau net zero dros nature zero.
I say at this point, I mean, loads of other people have explained what's so special about this place. This is a valley which is mentioned by name in the Mabinogion. It's a valley which has inspired writers and artists over the century. It was painted by David Cox in 1863, I think, and it is recognised, it's designated because of its special wildlife status. And for me, what's a really important point is that when the Welsh Government, when the Senedd declared a nature emergency, the Welsh Government changed planning law to say that the only development that should be allowed in SSSIs is that which is necessary to maintain the SSSI or in wholly exceptional circumstances. And the planning officer, in recommending that this be accepted, did not explain in any sense why this was wholly exceptional. And the thing is, I'm an environmentalist. I'm in favour hugely of decarbonising the economy. We need to do that. But this is going to make a minimal contribution. It would take 12 schemes like this on 12 rivers to generate as much electricity as one major wind turbine, one large modern wind turbine. And really, to me, the only argument for it is that the landowners and their financial backers are going to make a lot of money. Mm-hmm. To me, that's not a good enough reason for destroying something which has been here for hundreds of years and which is really, really special.
The important thing about the whole cwm is that it's so important in terms of our cultural heritage. And of course, cultural heritage by now is being recognised by different authorities. The 1995 Environmental Act recognised cultural heritage, and that made cultural heritage one of the purposes of the national parks. Not only landscape and scenery and so on, but the cultural heritage also is a crucial element in the purposes of the national parks, all of them. And this, of course, and the rest of the cwm, is very, very important in terms of not only the features, the geographical and ecological features, but then the Mabinogion and the old drove routes coming down this way and everything else. And when we get down to the lower bits, I'll show you Pulpit Hill Llwyd, that great big block in the middle of the river, and Rhyw was such an amazing character. But, you know, the story about him there is absolutely mind-blowing, as you'll find out later on.
Further down, is it?
Yeah. This is Caru Cwm. We then further down to two other very dramatic falls. Those are Caru Cwm Cynfal, and then just down below that, just down below was Caru Cwm, the Black Falls. Yeah? And that goes into a very steep gorge and full of amusing bride fights and so on, you know.
Can I say something, Rory?
Oh, go ahead.
I was just going to say, you know, given we don't know exactly which species are living in the Caynant, because it's so inaccessible, that even the most recent survey that was carried out by Des Callahan, the environmental impact assessment, you know, no one can get into that canyon to do a survey unless they abseil in. That didn't happen, that wasn't resourced in the last environmental impact assessment. So we don't know exactly what species are living in there or how abundant they are. But I think it's really imperative that any proposed development operates under the precautionary principle, you know, where the value of nature conservation and biodiversity is really is not overlooked but is held in the highest of importance. The Welsh Government has said that they are only making decisions based on evidence. So if the development was to go ahead here, then they would need to provide evidence that the ecology of the Cwm and the rare plant communities it supports here and up on the site of development, and both upstream and downstream, right the way to the sea, wouldn't be negatively impacted. And, you know, at the very least, I think this is an opportunity for us to push that NRW does a thorough survey of this triple SI, because it was designated way back in 1983, I think. And as far as I can see, there hasn't been a thorough detailed survey of the Caynant to establish exactly what species are living in there and how abundant they are and how, you know, rare they are now. And they're likely, because there's been so many of these habitats have been impacted and this one is still pretty much pristine, that the species that are in there are likely to be even more rare than they were when the bryologists first came here in the Victorian times and identified it as a place that was really important botanically.
So fel ydych chi'n gweld, da ni ar gwylod y rhaeadr wan, a un o'r pethau da ni eisiau cysidro hefo'r prosiect yma ydy bod maen nhw eisiau tynnu'r dŵr o top y rhaeadr, so tua 70% o'r dŵr, a symud y llif, a mae'n dod o fo nôl i waelod y rhaeadr. A fedrwch chi dadla bod, mae dŵr yn mynd yn ôl i fewn i'r afon yn y lle, ond yn dweud hynna, fydd ddim yr un peth. Mae'r natur y dŵr yn llifo ar hyd lawr yr rhaeadr, y faint o ocsigen sy'n cael ei greu yn cael ei rhoi fewn i'r dŵr yn hynna, mae'n crucial i'r afon, achos mae gwylod yr afon yma, ar hyd y Cynfal, yn ardal rili pwysig ar gyfer i pysgod nidol i plannu wya nhw. So mae hwn yn meithrinfeydd gwych ar gyfer pysgod fel eog yr Atlantic ac brithyll y môr. Mae hynna'n, diolch. Mae'n ardal crucial iawn iddyn nhw gallu ddod a plannu wya nhw, achos mae'r pysgod yma, mae'r niferoedd nhw wedi goswn gymaint dros y degawdau dwytha. Felly mae ardaloedd fyma, da ni angen gwarch nhw cyn gymaint. Pretty much. So, yeah.
Leol mochyn ddaear. Badger.
Oh, wow.
Iawn. Ac efo yn fanna. Yn fanna. Mae'r mochyn ddaear yn mynd o dan ffordd na. A welson ni olion mochyn ddaear, sydd o'n tyrchu yn y ddaear, reit fyny ar y top yn ymchwil. Dwi'n hynny'n beth.
So beth sydd wedi digwydd i dynnu hwn allan o'r...
Gwthio dan o lion.
Ia.
Peth arall ydy, mae'r gwanwyn ar ei ffordd, a beth sydd gennych chi fan ydy cynffonawyn bach. Cynffonawyn bach. For you English people or whatever, cynffonawyn bach means a little lamb's tail.
Yeah, we say the same in English.
catskins.
Yeah, but we also
No.
call them lamb's tails too.
Do you call them
Yeah,
lamb's
we
tails?
do.
Do, where's that?
Os hoffech chi gefnogi'r ymgyrch i warchod Cwm Cynfal a'i rhaeadr ysblenydd ar gyfer y cenedlaethau a ddel, fedrwch chi wrthwynebu'r cais o'r wefan hon